What is up, enthusiasts? It is Cedar Flags here, and welcome back to another one of my videos. So, I am once again talking about the one and the only Cedar Point, the roller coaster capital of the world, America's rock and roller coaster, and, well, a very landlocked park. Yes, Cedar Point is landlocked, and that is no secret. It is completely surrounded by water, and in fact, a few months ago I made a video on this, but I want to get a little more in depth. Back then, we didn't know about the brand new Wild Mouse announcement, so we have more land to discuss. So today, I want to look at some plots of land at Cedar Point that are either vacant or not used anymore, and I will discuss on what the possible replacement in the future could be for that area. So let's get into this video. This is Cedar Flags, and today, I will be replacing Cedar Point's empty spaces. So, like I said in this video, we are going to be looking at several empty plots of land located within the Cedar Point Peninsula and talk about how we could refurbish those areas. So the first area is actually currently occupied, but only for the 2022 season. Let me explain. In 2023, Cedar Point is getting a brand new roller coaster, the Wild Mouse, and it is going to be accompanied by 2 rides in the park, but they are going to be relocated. This includes the Scrambler and the Matterhorn. Now, these 2 rides are currently in an area on the main midway, right in between Planet Snoopy and Corkscrew. Now, this begs me to ask, come 2023, this area is going to be vacant. What's going to happen next? And that's what I want to talk about now. For a little more information on this plot of land, it is 7/10 of an acre and is a lot longer than it is wide. And let me say that this area could definitely not fit a coaster, at least a major one. So, what can I see here? Well, recently, Cedar Fair has been theming some of their new areas in some parks. What they will do is take an old, outdated area and then completely transform it into a brand new area with some brand new flat rides. This is happening both at Carowinds and Kings Island for the 2023 season. So, I could see it happening here as well. And it would be smaller, but I think that 2 flat rides in this area would do the trick. 2 by Zamperla more specifically. 1 moderate and 1 thrilling. The first flat ride would be a moderate thrill by Zamperla. It would be the Zamperla Gryphon. Now, if you don't know what this is a circular ride that has carts rocking from back to forth, very similar to the older Corn Popper rides. Now, I think this would be a great addition for a few reasons. 1, it would provide forces, not too strong but not too weak, and 2, this would be the first of its kind if they added it soon enough. And they have a great relationship with Zamperla as well. Put a good light package on this, and you are set. And the thrilling flat ride would be a ride that I've been saying should be at this park for years, a Zamperla Air Race. They have a great relationship with them, and it would be a great addition to the park. It would be an inverting flat ride that comes with the price of the park, and it would invert you multiple times with lateral forces. This would be such a great fit, and I think with the Zamperla Gryphon, this would be a really good 1-2 punch. Now for the area itself, I would love to see a nice carnival theme, very similar to the Carowinds County Fair area that was added back in 2017, and put it right in the middle of the park, have these 2 rides themed after classic carnival rides, and I think that's a great addition in the near future. For our next plot of land, we are going to be going to the front of the park, more specifically, the old picnic pavilions near Raptor. Now, I mentioned this in my last video, and basically what I said was that this area is a little, let's just say, obsolete at this point, because Cedar Point has recently built new picnic pavilions near the beach, and I think that those are a lot more modern, a lot more spacious, and a lot more customer friendly. These ones by Raptor are definitely outdated, and you could tell, and they are barely used anymore, and I think that they should definitely put something new here. Now, why do I include it in this video if it's still there? Well, like I said, it's not used that much anymore, and they've actually torn one of the pavilions down, and so there is some vacant space there. But if we tore all of it down, it would account to about 3 acres of space. So there's a lot of space here to work with. Not something major like a giga, but definitely enough to build something. In my last video, I said that a Gerstlauer Infinity would be perfect here, but I have since changed my mind. So what could I see here? Well, I could see a brand new roller coaster, but not the one that you'd be thinking of. I would absolutely love to see a mock water coaster at this property. Something like the Journey to Atlantis models or Poseidon at Europa Park. These rides have always intrigued me, and they're really not that common, especially in the United States. So I would love to see one here. They are still making them in several forms and genres, and I really think that a new water coaster here would combine the best of both worlds. Water rides with roller coasters. It could be a great spiritual successor to a flop like Shoot the Rapids, and, of course, be a brand new credit. I would love to see it themed after something like Whitewater Landing to pay homage to an older water ride. But this is Cedar Point we're talking about, and they gotta go big every time. So this isn't gonna be your ordinary Mock Rides water coaster. If you don't know, these rides are capable of going upside down. In the Mock Power Splash, we have seen a vertical loop in the renderings. You didn't even know one doesn't exist right now. Think about the marketing they would have for the first inverting water coaster. I could see something like a smaller vertical loop or a corkscrew on this thing, and I think that that would be such good marketing. Imagine riding a water coaster with a backwards portion and an inversion. Maybe they could fit both into the same area. I think that this would be such a good fit, and the perfect fit for this area. And also, for a little bit of a bonus, this would be a water ride in the front of the park, which has not been seen for a while. So, for all the water fans that want to ride the rides in the back like Snake River Falls and Thunder Canyon, there is now a water ride right in the front. So I want to conclude the video by talking about some other areas of the park that are currently vacant, but I didn't want to put into an entire segment of this video for a few reasons. Now the first one I want to look at is the old Cedars Hotel location. Now the story goes that there used to be a hotel here called the Cedars Hotel, but eventually it got a little outdated for guests and they turned it into an employee dorm. But even that got a little outdated in the near future, so they tore the building down and now sits a vacant property where the historic hotel once stood. Something funny about this plot of land is that this was going to be a whole separate subject in this video, and I would have speculated the heck out of this area, but then I realized that there's already construction going on when looking at Google Earth satellite view. A brand new RMC T-Rex, no I'm just kidding, it's the parking lot for the marina, and I honestly think that this is a good decision because let's just say the marina is a little crowded at times and the parking lot looks rather full. So maybe this could provide some extra parking for both another entrance and the marina. I also looked at a little plot of grass that is located in between the Red Garter Saloon and Millennium Force. This is a rather small plot of land, even smaller than our first, and I would say that either a flat ride or a restaurant would be pretty cool here. Though I really don't see that much construction going on in this area because that would be even more trees removed in the Frontier Trail. Other than that, Cedar Point is pretty landlocked. At this point, if they want to add something new, they're going to have to remove something major to build something new. Looking at a ride like Dragster, this is going to be like a 30-minute video if I get into it now, because that is a whole mess, and I really don't know what's going on there. But let me know in the comments below what you thought about the video in general, at least the stuff I talked about. What do you think could be in some of these spots? Do you know about any other empty spots where they could potentially build something? Let me know in the comments below. Anyways, like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video. This is Cedar Flags, and I'll see you all later.